The infidels wait at our gates, Sultan. It is a siege. Separating the men, mighty Sultan. We shall end this day in triumph!
Units! Await my orders!
The enemy show their cowardice. They bring in reinforcements. Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle!
صباح الأنصر Everyone!
Rejoice! Rejoice! The infidel general lies dead. Now his men fear us. The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. All praise to Allah! You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field. Only half the enemy force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight. Rejoice! The infidel general lies. Praise to Allah! You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field. Victory is well within our grasp. In time our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
Infantry!
Behold our worthless foe! See how their general turns tail! Rejoice! The infidel general lies dead. And now his men fear us. Only half the enemy force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight. All praise to Allah! You have left our enemy lost! They run like children. Victory is ours. A victory both righteous and well-deserved.
Long live the warriors of Islam! Allah, the most merciful, has delivered us! Victory!
I seek an honorable engagement, dear foe.
Orders.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. We will engage them honorably.
Yes!
Alhamdulillah!
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. How may I serve? As you will.
As my Sultan wills. I will bring our forces together. As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan! We close for battle. Alhamdulillah! Your faith and courage have triumphed!
Orders. Yalla.
Orders? We move, Sultan. The sun sets on today's journey.
I look forward to fighting.
How may I serve, Sultan? How may I serve, Sultan? We shall end this day, Sultan. Inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan. We shall end this day in triumph. Long live the warriors of Islam!
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Na'am. We will engage them honorably. This will be an honorable battle. Alhamdulillah! Allah! Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed!
Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan.
Taking your men ashore, blessed Sultan. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
The infidels' army will not survive!
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. Sultan. How may I serve? As you will.
As my Sultan wills.
Yalla.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Alhamdulillah! Your faith and courage have triumphed! These are now our people's lands! As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Orders.
We move at first light. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Tomorrow's journey awaits. We shall lift the siege, merciful Sultan. Infidels ambush us. Alhamdulillah, we have prevailed.
We dance with death this day, but leave her with the infidel.
Fortune smiles on our foes for the moment. Pray we can seduce fortune back to our side.
Spearman! Onward! Spearmen, march! Archers of Turkey! Archers of Turkey! Onward, archers of Turkey! Move out! Archers of Turkey! Archers of Turkey! March! March! Archers of Turkey! Advance! March! Archers of Turkey! Move out! March! Archers of Turkey! Advance! Archers of Turkey! Forward! Turkish horse archers! Spearmen! Advance! Advance! Spearmen! Turkish horse archers! Forward! Units, march! Archers of Turkey!
The ladders have reached the walls. Defend your homes. The enemy's tricks have gained him nothing. The siege tower is destroyed. Ill news. Our thrice-cursed foes are attacking our gates with rams. The enemy's ram has breached our gates!
Archers of Turkey! And grenades! Turkish horse archers! Attack! Archers of Turkey! Attack!
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace! We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory! Ill news comes unlooked for. The enemy have taken our walls. Only half the enemy force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight. Sultan, only half our force remains. Merciful Allah, save us! Our cursed foe has lost control of the castle!
Stand! Attack quickly! Attack quickly! Run! Attack quickly! With all haste! Attack quickly! At the double!
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace! We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory! Curses! Our enemy has command! Our cursed foe has stolen victory from us like a thief in the night! They will not be so fortunate next time!
Separating the men, mighty.
Our enemies will suffer. Yes, Sultan.
Orders. Joining the Allah.
Infidels to kill, Sultan. Marching no further. As my Sultan wills. Na'am.
How may I serve, Sultan? As you will. Merging our armies. How may I serve, Sultan?
We will engage them honorably. We shall endure outside their walls. Lay siege. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. Tomorrow's journey...
As you will.
Name the field of battle. We will meet you there. What is the Sultan's will? Orders? Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan. This will be an honorable battle. What is the Sultan's... As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills. We will engage them honorably. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan... Na'am, Sultan. As my Sultan wills. Na'am.
Orders.
As my Sultan will.
How may I serve, Sultan? The infidels' army will not survive! Long live the warriors of Islam!
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Allah has granted us victory. As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. Alhamdulillah. Your faith and courage have triumphed! We will engage them honorably.
Yallah, my Sultan wishes you dead.
Orders? As you will. The sun sets as my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Your corpse will be...
Na'am, great Sultan. Inshallah, our wind shall be fair.
Sult as will.
Horse set. Like the wind.
As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close. As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Moving away from the enemy walls, Sultan.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close. Oh! Alhamdulillah! Allah has... As my Sultan wills.
While we call you enemy, you and I cannot trade.
Our enemies will suffer.
How may I serve, Sultan? Inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan. Long live the warriors of Islam! Sultan, the infidels' army...
Infidels to kill, Sultan! Marching no further. Na'am. We move at first light. As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. Tomorrow's journey awaits. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Na'am. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Disembarking, mighty Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! Na'am. As my Sultan wills.
I will defeat you honorably, my worthy foe.
Yes.
Sultan.
What is the Sultan's will?
Orders. Yalla.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Na'am, great Sultan.
My eyes are yours. As you will, splitting the army.
If it is a fight you wish, come closer.
Yes, Sultan.
Battle.
This will be an honorable battle.
How may we move, Sultan?
The infidel army will not survive.
Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! Taking my forces aside, great Sultan.
Orders, mighty.
We will not surrender.
Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! The sea is yours, great Sultan! Until death! Na'am, great Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet! Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Na'am, great Sultan. Order. Merging with the orders, mighty Sultan. Inshallah. Na'am, great Sultan.
As my Sultan wills, we will engage them honorably. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! Of course, Sultan.
Sultan. Orders. Separating the men, mighty. Separating the men, mighty Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. Joining the ranks.
As my Sultan wills. Na'am.
The Sultan's will. As you will.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. We move at first light. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills.
How may I... As you will.
It is an honor to defend your walls against this siege, Sultan. Our enemies will suffer. Forming a force the infidels will fear. Inshallah, none of them shall escape us. To battle! Let me take this place for you, mighty Sultan. As my Sultan wills. We will engage them honorably.
God will see justice served in our battles.
Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. Alhamdulillah! Your faith and courage have... As my Sultan wills.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Na'am, great Sultan. Course set. Orders, mighty Sultan. Inshallah, our wind shall be fair. Orders, mighty Sultan.
Admiring the enemy, eh?
Na'am, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Combine until death!
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. Orders. Allah.
We will engage them. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? Order.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Demand.
Yes, Sultan. We close for battle.
Orders. We move, Sultan. Sultan. We march.
As my Sultan wills. We will engage them. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! As my Sultan wills.
We would see you dead, heathen.
We will engage them honorably. We move at first light, as my Sultan wills.
I look forward to fighting you.
As my Sultan wills.
Jesus, Captain! Victory, Sultan!
Orders?
Na'am, great Sultan. Inshallah, our wind shall be fair.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan! We close for battle! Alarm!
I seek an honorable engagement, dear foe.
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan! How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan, as you will. We rest here until dawn. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? We march. The sun sets on today's journey.
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. We shall endure outside their walls. Lay siege!
Sultan. Orders. Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! These are now our people's lands! Shubadak! Yes, Sultan. Your enemies shall fall swiftly. Such is the fate of all infidels who face me. We have cut down the infidels' defenders. They resist us no more.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan. Closing to engage.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. Orders. Sultan. How may I serve? Remove.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Taking my Sultan. We march. Orders.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. What is the Sultan's will? As you will.
Orders. The sun set. Separating the men, mighty. Separating the men, mighty Sultan.
Na'am, Sultan. Yalla! Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? Yalla.
As my Sultan wills. I will bring our forces together.
Orders. Orders. As you will.
As my Sultan wills. Tomorrow's journey awaits. As my Sultan wills.
Orders.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. We will engage them honorably. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Alhamdulillah! As my Sultan...
How may I serve, Sultan? We march.
As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan! We close... Orders?
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Yalla. We rest here until dawn. Sultan. Joining the...
Fear is a weapon. Wise generals use well.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. We march. We move, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Na'am.
My eyes are yours. Unseen, invisible. feasible. As you will.
Sultan, the infidels dare to lay siege to our walls.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? As you will.
What do you mean you can see me?
Orders. We march.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, We move, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. Na'am.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. As you will. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. We move at first light. As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. Tomorrow's journey awaits. As my Sultan will. As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. Orders. Jalar.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. Na'am, Sultan.
Come, let us stain the sea red. Wrong fleet, heathen.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Orders. Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. Na'am.
Sultan. Orders. We move, Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. We will engage. Yes. Alhamdulillah. Allah.
Sultan. As you will.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. How may I serve? We march. The sun sets on today's journey. As you will.
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. We shall enjoy. Alhamdulillah! We have prevailed! The word of the blessed Prophet will be spread here! Victory! We move at first light.
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? Galar.
As my Sultan wills. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Orders. Sultan. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? We march.
As my Sultan wills. We move at first light. Of course, Sultan. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Sultan. Sultan. As you will.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Orders?
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. Sultan.
Yes. Resting here.
Orders. Sultan. We move, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
Orders.
Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. As my Sultan will. As my Sultan will. The enemy lay siege. We will show them no fear.
A terrible sight. The enemy surrounds our walls, Sultan.
Today's journey ends, great Sultan.
The infidels wait at our gates, Sultan. It is a siege.
I will see you brought to justice in an honest battle.
As my Sultan wills. We will engage them. As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. Yes. Alhamdulillah. As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. As you will.
Would you believe?
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. We will engage. As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle.
Sultan. How may...
As my Sultan wills. Tomorrow's journey awaits. As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan.
Orders.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. How may I... We march.
As my Sultan wills. Naam.
Orders. Sultan. Orders. Joining. How may I serve, Sultan?
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills.
Sultan. We move, Sultan. Orders. Galar. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
As my Sultan wills. Na'am.
How may I serve, Sultan? As you will. Urging our armies.
As my Sultan wills.
As you will. Splitting the army.
As my Sultan wills. This will... Alhamdulillah!
Sultan. We march.
As my Sultan...
Orders.
As my Sultan wills. We move at first as my Sultan wills. Na'am. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? As you will.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. What is the Sultan's will?
Orders. Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Na'am. Tomorrow's journey awaits. As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. We will engage them honorably.
How may I serve, Sultan? Yalla, Sultan. We march.
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. The payment... Alhamdulillah! Allah has granted us! As my Sultan wills. We will... As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan! As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
That is cowardly. Fight me!
As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle.
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. We select.
My master will reward me for your death.
As my Sultan...
How may I serve, Sultan?
All that is left for us is to fight.
Order.
As my Sultan wills. I will bring our forces... Infidels to kill, Sultan! Yalla! As my...
Orders.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve?
Alhamdulillah! Your faith and courage have triumphed!
Separating the men, mighty Sultan.
Orders? Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan.
Turkish chief.
Come to... Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. Alhamdulillah! Allah has granted us victory! Hiding as the infidels would. As my Sultan wills.
My master will reward me.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, as my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle.
Orders.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Yes. Naam.
Sultan. Orders. We march.
We will engage them honorably. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. We move at first light. As my Sultan wills. We will engage them honorably. We shall endure outside...
Sultan. Inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? How may I serve, Sultan? As you will.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. Infidels to kill, Sultan! As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. Shubadak!
Offer a treaty or be gone.
As my Sultan wills. No, as my Sultan wills. Yes, Sultan! We close for battle.
You've earned the ransom, Lord. Take it.
Alhamdulillah! As my Sultan wills. This will be an honorable battle. Alhamdulillah!
Orders. The infidel.
As my Sultan wills. Of course, Sultan. As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
Naam.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
Yes, Sultan. We close for... Alhamdulillah! As my Sultan wills. I will bring our forces together. As my Sultan wills. Naam.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. Sultan. Galar. Orders. We move, Sultan.
As my Sultan wills.
Sultan.
As my Sultan wills. We will engage them honorably. We shall lift the siege, merciful Sultan. Yes, Sultan. We close for battle. We shall endure outside their walls. Lay siege. As my Sultan wills.
Orders. We march. Merging our armies. Sultan. Inshallah, we will smite. We rest here until dawn.
As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills. As my Sultan wills.